Real Madrid's new era has officially begun under Xabi Alonso, a club legend who has returned not just with memories, but with a clear tactical vision. After dazzling with Bayer Leverkusen, where he built a team defined by pressing, downs, and energy, Xabi's challenge now is to translate that philosophy into the unique demands of the Bernabéu. The summer transfer window already hinted at his ideas. Instead of chasing big-name midfielders, Real Madrid focused heavily on rebuilding their defense. In came Dean Huijsen, the towering young centre-back, Trent Alexander-Arnold from Liverpool, and Álvaro Carreras to strengthen the full-back options. All three are modern defenders, capable of defending high-end building from the back. But in midfield, the surprise was striking. No new signings. Despite Luka Modric leaving and a lack of fresh energy in the engine room, Alonso chose to trust the existing core. Aurelian Tchouaméni, Federico Valverde, Eduardo Camavinga, and Jude Bellingham remain the pillars. Alonso seems convinced that structure and pressing can compensate for the absence of new creative reinforcements. And then came the first big test of this new Madrid La Liga's opening match against Osasuna. On paper, it looks straightforward. At the Bernabéu, with new faces on show, fans expected fireworks. Instead, they got something else entirely. 90 minutes of dominance in possession, territory, and pressure, but with very little cutting edge in the final third. The result was a 1-0 win. Normally, Madrid fans would take that and move on. But the manner of the victory raised questions. The only goal came from a Kylian Mbappé penalty early in the second half. Beyond that, Madrid struggled to break Osasuna down, despite pinning them deep and unleashing wave after wave of attacks. Statistically, Madrid's dominance was clear. They had more possession, more shots, and more touches in the opposition box. But the lack of clear chances was worrying. For all their territorial control, they rarely carved Osasuna open in open play. The defenders looked sharp, the midfield pressed well, but the attack felt toothless without variety. This is where the contrast in Alonso's Madrid is so stark. Defensively, the team looked excellent. Huijsen and Carreras impressed with progressive passing, while Trent Alexander-Arnold added width and composure on the ball. Courtois, back between the posts, barely had a busy evening. The structure was solid, disciplined, and efficient. Osasuna failed to register a single shot on target across 90 minutes, a testament to how organized Madrid's defense looked under Alonso. Huijsen dominated the air, Carreras pressed high, and Trent controlled the flanks. For all the talk about their blunt attack, Madrid's new structure already makes them one of the hardest sides to break down. But going forward, there was frustration. Mbappe worked hard to find space. Vinícius tried his usual direct dribbles, but the combinations weren't there. Too often, Madrid ended with block shots or hopeful crosses. It felt as if the players were still adjusting to Alonso's system, controlling games, yes, but lacking the fluid spark to score from open play. This is where the absence of a new midfielder begins to matter. Without Modric's creativity or a fresh playmaker, Madrid leaned heavily on Bruno Fernandes-style imagination, but they don't have someone like that in the squad. Bellingham tried to link attacks, but he was often surrounded. Tchouaméni and Valverde provided intensity, not vision. Alonso seems to be betting that with time, his forwards will adapt and his midfielders will grow into their roles. The defense, already looking reliable, gives Madrid a strong base. But unless the attack sharpens, winning with just penalties and narrow margins won't satisfy the Bernabéu crowd. Madridistas demand dominance and goals, not just structure. So what does this mean going forward? Alonso's Madrid is still a work in progress. The backline is clearly improved, with Huijsen's aerial dominance, Carreras' energy, and Trent's passing range. The midfield remains steady, if not spectacular, but the attacking patterns need more time. The balance between Mbappé, Vinícius, and Bellingham must develop. For now, Madrid can celebrate the 3 points but reflect on the reality. A solid start built on defensive strength, but an attacking performance that lacks spark. Alonso has given them organization, energy, and new ideas. The next challenge is turning possession into goals, chances into finishes, and control into something that excites. The Xabi Alonso era is only beginning. Real Madrid have the talent, the stability, and the manager with a vision. But if the Osasuna match taught us anything, It's that defense alone is not enough. For Madrid to truly dominate Spain and Europe, the attack must rise to the same level as the backline. The roar of goals must return to the Bernabéu,